Risk Assessment Monitoring System, or PRAMS, survey from the Nevada Division of Public and Behavioral Health and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The survey asks new moms about their experience before, during, and after pregnancy. Responses are confidential. If you receive a PRAMS survey, please share your story.
What's your magic number? Mine are 3, 6, and 12. Take me home and love me. For 3, 6, or 12 months, your choice. Choose your own adventure. Make me yours. Show me your world for 3, 6, or 12 months. So, what are you waiting for? Find your magic number and raise a future guide dog today.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 in Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices on this Friday, February 14th, 2025. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm Chris Palermo, and here is what's happening. Last night, February 13th, a motorcycle lost control, rear-ending an SUV in the rain, and News 25 has this story.
Jason Ernest of Mount West Lawyers. Don't be bullied by insurance companies. Call me, 775-727-9500.
A motorcycle crash temporarily shut down a portion of Big 5 Road near Blagg and 372 on Thursday evening. According to authorities, the incident occurred just before 5:30 p.m. when an SUV heading westbound was rear-ended by a motorcycle. The impact sent the rider skidding approximately 50 feet. Emergency crews from the Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue responded on scene, but no injuries were reported. The motorcycle rider later stated that their glasses had fogged up, leading to a loss of control. Nevada Highway Patrol briefly closed the area, clearing the scene while their investigation was continuing. The roadway was temporarily shut down until Nevada Highway Patrol came and cleared the scene after their investigation.
More news now. The Henderson police chief has allegedly been given an ultimatum that she has 3 weeks to retire or be pushed out of her position. Here's what News 25 knows so far.
Henderson Police Chief Holly Chadwick, who was appointed to the position in May of 2023, is currently on administrative leave, according to a statement from the City of Henderson Public's Information Officer. Chadwick, a long-term member of the Henderson Police Department, has served since 2002. She earned a Bachelor of Science degree from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and worked her way up the ranks, being promoted to a sergeant in 2011 and a lieutenant in 2015. While the city has not disclosed specific details, officials have stated, in quote, "We cannot comment further on personnel matters," end quote. As Chadwick remains on leave, the deputy chief has stepped into the role as an acting chief. The situation is still developing, and the city officials have indicated that further details and updates will be provided in the coming days.
Well, coming up this Monday, February 17th, people across the United States will observe President's Day. And public employees in Nye County will join in the celebration as county offices will be closed for the day. Although emergency service administrative offices will be closed, field operations will continue as usual. Regular office and operation hours will resume on Tuesday, February 18th. For those who attend Nye County Commission meetings, please note that the holiday will affect the meeting schedule. Normally held on the first and third Tuesdays of each month, the next meeting will be pushed back one day due to the Monday holiday. The Board of County Commissioners will meet on Wednesday, February 19th at 10 a.m. in Pahrump. More news now. NATO defense ministers held their first meeting of the year on February 13th, and all eyes were on America's new Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, Our News 25 Las Vegas correspondent, Maria Centers, now joins us from Old Las Vegas with remarks by the Defense Secretary after the one-day international gathering.
U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth has called on our NATO allies to make NATO great again during his initial trip to the political and military alliance's headquarters in official capacity. The Secretary of Defense offered the following choice comments after yesterday's NATO Defense Ministerial meeting held in Brussels, Belgium. Let's check out some soundbite highlights from Pete Hegseth.
Leaders of our European allies should take primary responsibility for defense of the continent, which means security ownership by all allies, guided by a clear understanding of strategic realities, and it's an imperative given the strategic realities that we face. And that begins with increasing defense spending. 2% is a start, as President Trump has said, but it's not enough.
President Donald J. Trump has set a target for NATO nation defense spending at 5% of GDP.
We can talk all we want about values. Values are important. But you can't shoot values. You can't shoot flags, and you can't shoot strong speeches. There is no replacement for hard power. As much as we may not want to like the world we live in some cases, there's nothing like hard power.
The United States has been a member of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization since its inception back in 1949.
President Trump gave me a clear mission: achieve peace through strength, as well as put America first. Our people, our taxpayers, our borders, and our security. NATO is a great alliance, the most successful defense alliance in history. But to endure for the future, our partners must do far more for Europe's defense. We must make NATO great again.
As a founding country of NATO, our Secretary of Defense reiterated America's commitment to the collective security alliance.
Anyone that suggests its abandonment are trying to drive a wedge between allies that does not exist. We are committed to that NATO alliance. We understand the importance of that partnership, but it can't endure on the status quo forever. In light of the threats we face and fiscal realities, Europe has to spend more, NATO has to spend more, has to invest more, and we're very encouraged by what the Secretary General has said. And frankly, behind closed doors, what a lot of our allies have said as well, acknowledging that reality. And that's why when I say make NATO great again, it's what President Trump set out to do in 2017.
Happy Valentine's Day 2025 from all of us at KPVM Television. Reporting from Las Vegas and getting it over that hump to the sunny desert oasis of Pahrump, I'm Maria Centers for News 25 Las Vegas.
Thank you very much, Maria. Have a great weekend. And the No Taxes on Tips movement is gaining some steam. More coming up. You're watching News 25.
If this is your wreck, you need a check. If this is your wreck, you definitely need a check. Hurt in a wreck? Need a check? We're Lerner and Rowe. Make one call, that's all.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
Horizon Markets are a one-stop shop for convenience. Are you wanting to enjoy a hot cup of coffee and a pastry? Needing some fuel? Or want a simple refreshment or snack? Come visit one of our 6 Horizon Market locations near you. We also have the loosest slots around town with over $1 million in payouts. You will get Pahrump's hometown value, where convenience and low prices meet. So no matter who you are, you'll find your Horizon in Pahrump.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Garner, and I'm working with Save the Children to fight for kids' futures. Poverty impacts 11 million children in the U.S., forcing families to make impossible choices. Every day, parents in rural America are deciding between essentials just to survive: gas or groceries, lunch or laundry, rent or running water. 1 in 5 children are hungry right now because of impossible choices like these. They're more likely to start school significantly behind their peers, and they may never catch up. Growing up in West Virginia, I saw kids living with hunger and poverty, and I've seen the impact Save the Children has on their lives. They give children the nutritious food and learning opportunities they need to thrive, so families don't have to choose. To learn more about how we help kids in rural America, go to savethechildren.org.
Imagine a disease that affects more than 10 million Americans, more than AIDS, Parkinson's, ALS, MS, and muscular dystrophy combined. Yet few know its name. Some years ago, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer, and after surgery, she developed lymphedema, LE, a cruel and chronic disease affecting 10 million Americans that occurs when the lymphatic system is compromised, leaving one with a lifetime of severe swelling and pain. What we found out later is its severity might have been lessened or possibly even prevented if only we were better informed. That's why I'm urging anyone facing cancer treatment to get educated. Talk to your doctor. Make it part of your cancer conversation. And if you have LE, share your story. With patients and doctors working together, we can learn and live.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Get Learner and Row. Get your check. Get Learner and Row.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Get Learner and Row. Get smart. Get Learner and Row.
Learner and Row is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
And welcome back to News 25 here. Chris Palermo on a Valentine's Day. Good evening. Congressman Stephen Horsford has re-announced a bill for tip workers that works to eliminate the sub-minimum wage and taxes on tips.
Congressman Stephen Horsford, alongside lawmakers, wage advocates, and tipped workers, announced the reintroduction of Tipped Income Protection and Support, otherwise known as TIPS Act, on Thursday. This legislation aims to eliminate the federal subminimum wage of $2.13 for tipped workers and to eliminate income tax on tips, a measure designed to support service workers' earnings and financial stability.
I'm Congressman Stephen Horsford, proud to represent Nevada's 4th Congressional District, and today I am proud to be introducing a bill because a disproportionate number of the 6 million tipped workers who are women and people of color make as little as $2.13 an hour.
Horsford, who originally introduced this bill in September of 2024, emphasized that the TIPS Act is crucial in protecting tipped workers from exploitation and ensuring they can continue to contribute to their retirement funds. He criticized proposals from President Donald Trump, stating that they fail to provide the necessary protections for workers and only focus on the taxation of tips and not the sub-minimum wages.
I am aware of the other proposals. What those other bills don't do, they don't address the sub-minimum wage, right, which is, as you've heard from the workers, is the crux of the problem.
That's right.
Who is supposed to live off of $2.13 an hour? Right. The other thing is they have no guardrails.
That's right.
They didn't write any legislation. They just took an idea from somebody else that told them to do it.
That's right.
They had no details or provisions, and that is why the TIPS Act is thoughtful, it's comprehensive, it has the guardrails that are necessary. It's endorsed by the workers and by businesses, small business restaurants, and I'm calling on my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to work with me to pass the legislation that will actually get across the finish line and can be signed by our next president of the United States, Kamala Harris.
The TIPS Act is co-led by Representative Donald Norcross and co-sponsored by several other lawmakers, including Representatives Dina Titus and Susie Lee. The bill has garnered support from advocacy groups such as One Fair Wage and the Culinary Union 226.
And I'm proud that this legislation addresses two critical elements. Again, eliminating the sub-minimum wage, which has been frozen at just $2.13 an hour since 1991. I don't even know that people who go to restaurants really know that people are making as little as $2.13 an hour. There's no tip. that can overcome
That's right.
a wage as little as $2.13 an hour that has not increased since 1991.
With growing support from both lawmakers and worker organizations, the TIPS Act aims to address long-standing issues in the service industry and advocate for fair treatment and wages for tipped workers across the country.
Okay, well, in sports, the NHL's Four Nations Face-Off is well underway, and representing the home team is Jack Eichel. And Mikey has your full look of sports and what happened last night.
It is time for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. Happy Valentine's Day. The Four Nations Face-Off continued on Thursday night. Brady and Matthew Tkachuk each scored twice, and the brothers had a handful of big hits to help the United States beat Finland 6-1. Next up in the Four Nations Face-Off, Saturday, February 15th, Finland versus Sweden, and then United States versus Canada. UNLV has signed a grant of rights agreement that will keep the school locked into membership into the Mountain West Conference through 2032. The Vegas Thriller back in action this Monday. They play the Fury in Columbus. And Pahrump Valley Trojan boys basketball wrap up the Southern Regionals today. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thank you, Mikey. Earlier this week, a UNLV football player was found deceased in his apartment, and News 25 has the details.
A UNLV football player has tragically passed away at his off-campus apartment, according to the athletic department, confirming on Tuesday. The Clark County Coroner's Office has identified the deceased as 21-year-old Benjamin Christman on Wednesday. The cause and manner of death are still under investigation, with a county spokesperson noting that it can take up to several months for those details to be determined. Christman, a senior offensive lineman, transferred to UNLV from the University of Kentucky in December. The Ohio native, who attended Revere High School, has previously played in 12 games for the Kentucky Wildcats, primarily contributing to the special teams. He also played for Ohio State as an offensive lineman. Known by the nickname of Big Ben, Christman was described by the coaches and teammates as a respected and beloved member of the UNLV football team. The university has not yet released any additional details regarding Christman's death at this time.
More local stories coming up, and of course, your very important weekend weather forecast. You're watching News 25.
We are celebrating President's Day all month long at Saida Trudeau Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram. Every new vehicle in inventory has been slashed to incredibly low prices. You can save thousands. The ears of the dealership must ring with the voices of the people, and the people want savings, like 20% off all new 2024 and 2025 Jeep Gladiator Mojaves and Rubicons. The truth will set you free, like with free 0% financing for 72 months on all new 2024 and 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xEs. In any moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing. And the right thing is to come down to Saida Trudeau and save huge today. You can get as much as $7,500 retail consumer cash on new 2024 and 2025 Pacifica hybrids, or $7,500 retail consumer cash on new 2024 Dodge Hornets. Come to our huge President's Day sales event going on now and all month long only at Saida Trudeau, your original hometown dealer.
It's cold outside. It's cold inside. Daniel, can you come help me? Thanks, Daniel. Now we're warm and cozy.
country.
Rise and shine. Tune in Sunday mornings at 8 for the Classic Country Breakfast with me, Mikey. I'll be playing a whole hour of all the classics. From Willie. On the road again. To Johnny.
I fell into a burning ring of fire.
To Patsy.
Crazy.
To Dolly.
Jolene, Jolene.
All the classic country music to start your Sunday morning. You bring the hash browns, and I'll bring the Hank.
Wounded Warrior Project empowers post 9/11 veterans and their families with life-changing programs and services.
I realized I could be successful in a civilian career.
We stand by warriors and advocate for their needs going forward.
They were by my side in the hospital, and they're still with me today.
Through our programs, community, and advocacy, we're proving
anything is possible.
Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/together.
To sit with a dog on a glorious day is like heaven. When the right dog finds the right human, it's as if it always was and always will be. They protect each other, love each other, teach each other. More importantly, they never let the other down.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Happy Valentine's Day. Here's Mikey again to tell us what's cooking over on the radio side this Sunday morning on Classic Country Breakfast on Ace Country Radio. And we're streaming on channel 25.8 and now on the new Ace Country Radio app.
Howdy. When I'm out milking the pickles, I like to take the Ace Country Radio app with me. You can too. Download it today. It's free. On the menu this week on Classic Country Breakfast, born on February 11th, Wesley Rose. We'll pay tribute to him. Born on February 12th, friend of the show, Mo Bandy. We'll celebrate him. Born on February 13th, Tennessee Ernie Ford. We'll pay tribute to him. In the Not an Oldie But a Goodie segment, my special guest, Melissa Carper, calls the show to talk about her new album, Born in Ya. Also, Jody Porter from the band Fountains of Wayne calls the show to talk about the band playing their first show since Adam Schlesinger's passing.
My prereq to coming back in was like, all right, well, I'll do it, but we have to make new content. And I guess we've sort of agreed to do that, you know, maybe get Butch Vig to produce it. I don't know who's going to do it, but...
Classic Country Breakfast this Sunday morning at 8 on Ace Country Radio, streaming at channel 25.8, and now on the new Ace Country Radio app.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
The Lerner and Rowe Weather Cam right here in Pahrump, right outside the studios, looking at Mount Charleston. Now on the other side of that mountain, Elite Canyon, they got 33 inches of snow. I don't need that negativity in my life. I'm ready for pool season. Ms. Roselle has a forecast in a bit.
Thank you, Pahrump, for making the Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza #1 in vehicle sales and service once again. We'd like to return the favor. So right now, current Chevy owners can get up to $3,000 in additional savings on some of our most popular SUVs. What's that, you say? You don't own a Chevy? Well, trade in any 2011 or newer vehicle and receive an extra $2,500 off of some of our hottest selling new half-ton trucks from Chevrolet and GMC. Plus, we have low financing options, deep discounts, and other incentives, all to go the extra mile in saying thank you. We love you, Pahrump.
Hi, I'm attorney Jonathan Nelson of J.K. Nelson Law.
We've been honored to be recognized by Best of Las Vegas and receive the Best Attorney Pahrump for the past 4 years running. Awards are great, but helping clients get the money they deserve is why we're in business. After you've been injured in an auto accident, it's important not to listen to the insurance companies. Give us a call today, 775-727-9900. With offices in Pahrump, Southwest Vegas, and Summerlin, our team is here ready to fight for you for the money you're entitled to. So give us a call today.
Have you thought of hanging your TV on the wall? Mr. Antenna has 10 years of experience hanging TVs from small to large TVs. Clean up the spaghetti wiring, create more space, and make your TV safer for the little ones. There are 2 mounting options, flat and articulating arm wall mounts. The favorite is the articulating arm for various viewing areas. Hiding your wires is also popular. Call today for your free quote or visit us at MrAntenna.com.
Good evening, Nevada. My name is Roy Rosell. Happy Valentine's Day, coming from the Channel 25 Weather Studios and taking a look at Nevada right up in northern Nevada. It's looking pretty cold in Fernley at 44 degrees, Fallon at 49, Carson City and Tonopah both sitting at 43, Goldfield at 46, Beatty at 57, Amargosa at 61, Las Vegas 1 degree higher at 62 degrees, and Death Valley sitting at 73 degrees. But here in the beautiful paradise of Pahrump, it is currently 56 degrees. The high today just a little while ago was 59. We are seeing sunny skies, unlike yesterday. The wind was blowing east-northeast at 6 miles per hour, humidity at 43%, and the sun rose this morning at 6:31 and set tonight just a few minutes ago at 5:24 p.m. The humidity continues to go up and up to 53%, and the wind continues to blow north at 11 miles per hour. The low tonight's going to be 38 degrees, and taking a look at the rest of the week, it looks pretty cold, though we are staying in the mid-60s throughout the rest of this weekend. Into next week, we will be seeing a high of 67 degrees next Thursday, and mild wind speeds throughout all of next week, though we will be seeing continuous humidity in the 30s and 40%, which is why my hair is still so frizzy and fluffy. Anyways, happy Valentine's Day. Back to the desk. Here's Chris.
Thank you very much, Miss Rosell. Looking pretty good. Enjoy your Valentine's Day weekend. We've got some sun Saturday and Sunday, so extend the love outdoors all weekend if you can. That'll just about do it for all of us here tonight at News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Make it a great weekend.
In the quiet corners of our country, everyday people with a love for the outdoors are leaving the world a little better than they found it. With no recognition or pat on the back, the reward is the rustle of leaves, the ripple of water, the call of the wild. These are the unsung heroes of the wetlands. Everyday people investing their time, their resources, and their hearts into conservation. They are the stewards of our most precious resources, ensuring that the magic of the outdoors lives on for future generations. Ducks Unlimited relies on the hard work and support of these individuals. Without their dedication, our mission to protect these vital ecosystems for those who draw inspiration and